Okay, now we are ready to take our words and convert them into a picture. So here is my original sample just to kind of show you what I had. So here's how I covered it. You can see a lot of, all the spaces are filled in, the words curve to fit the picture. It doesn't just simply kind of like flow straight across. I have the different parts broken down. You can see where I have my wife's arms separate from like her legs. I have both of my daughters as separate items here. The text kind of just covers everything. So once you're up to that point, I have this terrible sample that I just made in 2 minutes just to give you an idea. This would be, not a good project. This is just to kind of show you how things work. The next step, we want to create a group. So I'm going to go in my layers pane. I'm going to click the little folder at the bottom. And I'm going to take all of the words and put them into this group. Now I don't want to include like my picture or if I have a background layer or anything like that into this group. To do this quickly, I'm going to select the first word. Now you can see my group's in the middle, so I'm not doing these top ones yet. I'm going to the first word down here. I'm going to hold Shift and click on the last word. That selects all of these at once. Now I can drag that whole blue chunk into that folder. It may not feel like you did this right, but if you want to see, click the little triangle next to the group to close that group, and you can see all of those items are inside of that group. Now you can see I still have a couple here I got to get, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold Shift, click the second one, drag them into that group. Now they're part of that group. I'm going to close that group. I want to save these words as like a backup plan in case I want to change anything later. So I'm going to duplicate this group. In fact, I'm going to even call this one backup. There's my backup. Here's that group I had originally made. So the backup, I'm just going to put, oops, and turn it off. I don't really even need to move that. I'm just doing that for my own sake. You can leave yours where it's at. You just want to turn it off so you have that as a backup plan. I'm going to take this group with all the words in it. I'm going to right click. I'm going to merge that group down into one layer. So now what we've done so far, we created a folder, we put all the words in it, and we just merged one of the copies of that group, that folder, because we made a copy of it, down into one layer. Now the next part, it matters where you right click. I cannot right click over here. I have to be right on this picture. So I'm going to right click on this picture for this layer that's the the group merged down into one layer, and I'm going to do select pixel. So I'm on that one layer with all the words. I right clicked on the picture and I did select pixels. Now I go to the layer with my object on it, whatever this thing is going to be, and I simply click the mask button. What's going to happen is it's going to generate a mask where it's white everywhere except from where my letters are. Now if you're looking at yours and you're looking at mine, you may think we did something wrong. We didn't. The only problem is we still have this text on, so I'm just going to turn that off, and now I can see below that to my goldfish. Now if I do that with a larger image that's filled in better, so you can see the problem here is I have a whole bunch of white spaces, and we'll address that in the next video, by the way, if you have this problem. It doesn't mean you need to restart your project. There's some ways to fix that, and we'll look at those in the next video. But let's look at this one. When you're done and you do that, and your mask is on, it will really fill in nicely. So mine you can see what the picture is. If you have too many blank spots, you can see that the problem is there. But anyway, that is the steps of converting your text into a picture. And again, next video we'll look at how to fill in blanks and how to kind of make this look a little bit nicer.